Went for a little food shop at Tesco's just to kind of pick up a few bits that I need throughout the week. Got myself some beans. Believe it or not, Tesco's didn't actually have any tins or cans, whatever you want to call them. So I've gone with these little snap pots. I've heard bad things about putting tins in the fridge. I don't know if that's true. We're going to go for the pots, and they might just be easier for me to consume. I think they're about 200 grams a pot. 4 times 200. Got myself some bagel thins as usual. My 3 packets of salmon, 3 for a 10 at the moment in Tesco's. Got some Pink Lady apples. My favourite apples, of course, are the Pink Lady. Some beef mince, some 5% beef mince. Vegetables, or like a mixture of carrots, tender stem broccoli, green beans. And the cookie choice this week is the sticky toffee. These are very, very good. If you've never tried these before, these are good, very good. So I want you to pause the video, pause it right now, and guess where I'm going to. Just pause it, take a random guess, and then come back later in the video to see if you're right. We've probably watched on Instagram what I'm already doing. However, if you don't know, then make sure you just take a little guess, take a wild guess. I'm at a train station, and a tip or clue, I'm heading somewhere up north in the country. Just take a guess. Take a guess, see if you're right. A winner might win a prize or something like that. The first one to comment might do that also. So I just got to Birmingham, halfway through. Luckily my next train is in about half an hour's time, so I've got a little bit of time to spare. I didn't want to rush, you know, having to rush to get another train, so I can just sit down, chill, know where I need to go, and not having to rush left, right and centre to find my fucking train. Yeah, great that, fantastic. Picked up a few bits from Marks and Spencer's, a bit classy that. Got myself 2 little chicken packets so I can eat on the way up to AJ's. Some Belgian milk chocolate rice cakes. They look good, so I just decided to get it. And an apple, yeah, good. So I'll get some of my fruit in. But now I'm just gonna chill, sit down for a bit, and not break a sweat over trying to get, there's nothing, I think one of the worst feelings ever is rushing. I don't know about you guys, I hate rushing. Knowing when you're late, everything's like pissing you off, everyone's just slow. But now I can just chill and just relax and wait for my train, which is good. Made it into Rotherham. It's safe to say, sorry for any people who live up north, it's grim. It's not the nicest place. I think it's a bit of a shithole. I think I'd much rather being down south, in all honesty. We've made it. My shoulders are killing me. I've done like 5,000 steps, which is way more than what I ever intend to do at the moment. But I'm waiting for AJ to pick me up at Tesco's. Yeah, it's grim up north. The accents, not keen on that. Not keen. I'm so used to everyone sounding the same. When I'm up here and everyone fucking talks to me, slightly weirder. Slightly weirder than usual. But we're here. And we're ready to fuck shit up. Ready to take on the Northerners. Yeah, right. Came to Five Guys for a post-workout meal. I haven't had Five Guys since I think when I finished prep last time I had Five Guys. I love Five Guys. A little bit overpriced for me, but it does fill the hole. Me and AJ got Five Guys. I got a double cheeseburger with regular chips. So I think we're sharing the regular chips because the chips in here are very, very dense. And obviously a refillable drink. They actually fucked up our order, so AJ's up there trying to get our order sorted because they fucked it up. How can you fuck up an order like that? Got 1 burger instead of 2. Good that, yeah, good. And then we're off to the cinema to watch, I'll pretend I don't know what we're watching, but we're eating something, or we're watching something at the cinema. And I'm gonna go to bed, because I'm fucking absolutely tired. Last time I ate was 1 o'clock, and now it's 8 o'clock. I haven't ate for 7 hours, so I'm gonna actually fucking demolish this like nobody's business. Oh, there he is. With our fucking burger.
It's a bad choice.
I was telling the camera how they fucked it up. They still wait. Oh, I thought they had it for us.
So this is mine. Yeah, this is my one. We're just eating chips.
So we're gonna eat chips. Wait for our second burger. So they fucked it up. Now we're gonna go to cinema.
Do you want me to get biting into that?
Yeah, this is AJ, a wild creature eating into a burger. Yeah, probably the last burger before he goes to prep. How's that?
A little bit cold.
I got the double bacon cheeseburger, and they actually gave us some more fries because they admitted they were wrong. Fantastic that, yeah, good. Hi guys, so I'm going to voice over the workout segment of this video because the music, I don't know if you've ever been to UltraFlex, it is fucking loud, and sometimes you can't even think, you know, when the music's too loud, you can't even think to yourself, like, what is going on? It was a bit like that in there, but what a gym, what an atmosphere, place is just amazing. It's just nice to see, you know, people willing to work hard, people willing to, especially seeing Kuba and things like that, like on the hat squat. If you follow me on Instagram, I recorded him doing like a 10 plate hack or a 10.5 plate hack, which was fucking ridiculous. Well worth the trip. I travelled it was about 3.5 hours in total for where I currently am from, which is a long way, but it was definitely worth, you know, every single second of it. And of course, I just want to say thank you to AJ, who's probably watching this. He really did look after me. Like, he let me stay at his place overnight. He, you know, paid for my food. He let me use his supplements. He paid for my cinema, and that really, the little things like that really mean a lot to me. Like, I don't know anyone else who would do that, really, and I'm so grateful to call AJ. I know this sounds gay as fuck, or not gay as fuck, I shouldn't say that, but I know this sounds a little bit soppy. But he's one of my closest friends. He really is one of my closest friends, and every time we meet up and train, and or I go to see him, he always does look after me, and I greatly appreciate that. So AJ, if you're watching, thank you. It means a lot. So we recorded a leg session, which is going to be on AJ's member site. What I'll do is I'll link the member site if you're not already subscribed to that. It's $4.99 a month. It's probably the best investment you could possibly make as a natural if you're into knowing how to train as a natural. You know, prepping, documenting. I documented my whole prep on the forum there, so you can really look into that side of things. The links will be down below, and it's literally like, you know, the cost of a Subway. $4.99 a month is it should be fuck all for most people, and it's definitely, if you're looking to take your physique to the next level, I would definitely recommend checking that out. So started on cuff lateral raises. I haven't done a dumbbell raise in God knows how long now. It must be about 6 months, and I can really see the difference in my physique. Like, I used to swing dumbbells up all the time, and I just don't connect with it. Whereas with cuff laterals, I finish and go, wow, I actually feel that in my delts. So give cuff laterals a go. I know I've moved on to an incline hammer here, but what I'm trying to think about is bringing my hands to the corners of the rooms, and I'm leading through the elbows. Like, if you visualize now having a slight bend of your elbow, and really focus on bringing your hands back to the corners of the room, you can feel your side delts contract just by, you know, being in a crucifix position. So definitely implement them if you've never tried those before. They are game changers. You can get some cuffs off Amazon. They work really well. Like, they're literally $5, and you can get them the next day, same day delivery in most cases. We moved on to this incline Atlantis press, which I've never used before. And one thing training with AJ and training at UltraFlex is really opened my eyes to, you can always do more. Like, I get quite content with how I'm doing in terms of my progress, things like that. But when I train with AJ, when I see, for example, other people like in UltraFlex, like Kuba, for example, training extremely hard, I think, fuck, like, I have to work even harder if I'm wanting to prove my physique. And that's one thing which it made me really realize that when I was training here with AJ. And yeah, so if you're sitting here watching this now thinking, yeah, I'm progressing nicely, you know, I'm good, always think there is more there, because on most of the sessions AJ ripped me apart in terms of how much he was loading more than me. Of course, yeah, he's heavier than me, he's been in a gaining phase for longer than me, which, you know, that's my self-defense, but it's not good enough in my opinion, and I always want to be the best. And when someone outworks me or someone outlifts me, I've cried before, I've cried loads of times. It really gets me fucking emotional, because I work so hard, and I want to be the best, and I want to, you know, be the strongest. And I'm not saying that strength correlates with, you know, muscle, because it doesn't necessarily, but most of the stronger individuals are the bigger individuals. So that's what I was trying to say then. It just motivated me to think, fuck, I need to work harder, because, you know, I get content with that side of things. That was a really nice incline press. Felt it in my chest like a lot. Like, I never felt anything like that in my chest before. So if you've got one of those in your gym, definitely utilize it. Moved on to this Atlantis shoulder press here, and AJ told me that JP can do 7 plates a side on this, and me and AJ are doing, well, AJ did 2.5 plates, I did 2 plates, and I was like, fucking hell, that really does put into place how stronger JP is compared to us. And unfortunately, that's the natty side of us coming out. I think a lot of natties are not very good at overhead pressing, are we? Excuse me, I've got a horrendous cough right now. I think I'm fucking dying from that bloody flu that's going around. Jesus. But yeah, this machine was fucking hard, very brutal, put me in my place, and I was thinking, Christ, this is Natty George, innit, coming out to play. AJ smashed me on this as per, but I'll catch him up on this one day, hopefully, when I'm a little bit heavier and a little bit stronger and deeper into my gaining phase. So I believe we did 3 sets on this particular movement. We did like 1 set of 5 to 9, then we did like two back off sets of like 12 to 15. And one of those back off sets, what we did is we didn't go to all out failure. We just did enough till we couldn't complete the next rep, if that makes sense. So we didn't push things to the max on some particular movements, which is always important for me. Like, you don't have to always go to failure on every single movement that you are doing, because you are going to bury yourself 100%. Like, I see so many people doing these force reps, which I think provide a benefit, but not every single fucking set, you know, because you're really going to gas out and it's going to take away from the rest of the session. The only thing in this session that I actually kind of matched AJ was the narrow grip dumbbell press. I'm a very good tricep presser. I'm not a good chest presser, but I'm a very good tricep presser. And that's where AJ can improve upon potentially in terms of his tricep work. But again, narrow grip dumbbell press is another very good variation to incorporate when, for example, you know, dips, another rotation for dips, narrow grip bench press. These are all very good rotations for you to try. If you've never done this before, it's extremely hard to begin with. Like, the stability, just pressing the dumbbells like this is quite difficult. Sorry about that, guys. You might see in a little pause in the video, I was just about to have a fucking coughing fit. Jesus Christ. You know when your throat starts tickling and you're thinking, oh, I'm going to just definitely cough up here. So in the next 3 minutes of this voiceover, if I cough up, then I do apologise. I have no idea what's going on. So yeah, narrow grip dumbbell press, as I mentioned, is one very good variation which I would recommend. We then moved on to the Prime Pec Fly machine. The Prime kit is very, very good. What the Prime kit allows you to do is it allows you to add loading where you pretty much want in the movement. So we added loading into the lengthened position. So as you can see, where my arms are fully out wide, that is where the movement is the hardest. That's where it's going to apply more of the loading, and then in the shortened position, that's where the contraction phase is. Jesus Christ, George, what is going on here? Where the contraction phase is, that's where it's the easiest. So with that, you can change the strength curve of the movement wherever you like, which is really, really good. So this was brutal. One of the best pec fly machines I've ever used. Is really, really nice bit of kit. Didn't give me no bicep fucking pain, which I normally get on most pec fly machines. It just felt very smooth and very nice. And in the hole, when, you know, I'm flared, my arms are flared out wide, that was really, really hard. And I was fucking, as you can see, I was just fucking gassed after that. Again, moved on to the Prime side lateral raise. So we did a rest pause on here. So normally with the rest pauses, you can either do 3 failure points, so you'll do a set of like anywhere between, you know, 10 to 15. I'd recommend you go to failure. You'll then take, for example, 20-second break, or you'll take 5 deep breaths. I normally go for the 5 deep breaths. You go to failure again. So you might go like 14 on your first set. You took 5 deep breaths. You got 8 on the second set, and then you took 5 deep breaths again. Then you got 6. That's typically a rest pause. And again, I did this on the Prime kit, and it fucked me. My side delts were fried after that as well, which was nice. And then moved on to a little bit of arms, well, a little bit of triceps. So we did a dual long rope, or just a normal rope. So what the long ropes allow you to do is they actually allow you just to bring or extend the arm a little more, as you can see here, compared to when you are using a shorter rope. You typically see your shoulders start to round, and when your shoulders start to round, you typically use more your shoulders to move the weight instead of your actual triceps. So if you can give this a go, then try it, see how it feels, and if it feels good, continue doing it. If it don't feel good, don't fucking do it. And then we finished on with a overhead press again, same again with the long ropes. Overhead press working the meatier part of the triceps, which a lot of people don't do. If they want meaty triceps, then you do the long, you work the long head. Other than that, was a really, really good session. Enjoyed it loads. So guys, I'm going to end this video here today. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Comment down below, pillow, if you have watched the whole thing. My next video is going to be a full day of eating. I have just literally increased my food, so I'm up to 600 gram of carbs. 600 gram of carbs. So make sure you look out for that in the next coming days or so. Anything you guys want to see, message me or follow me on Instagram, that type of bollocks. And I shall see you guys in the next one.